Welcome back to another episode, guys. How you going? Oh my goodness. Today, we've got an incredibly special video. We're celebrating a birthday of sorts, and it makes me feel old. So, let me tell you how I figured this out today. And I had no idea. So, I was bored at work. My friend came up to me, Steven. So, you know Steven from the podcast, Talk Nerdy to Me. He's my co-host. Anyway, he comes up to me. Jordan, do you know that the Game Boy Advance SP is 20 years old today? At the time of this recording, March the 28th, 2023, it's 20 years old. Crazy, right? I know. I mean, my reaction was had a bit of curse words, whatever. But no, I could not believe it. 20 years old. I wasn't even 10 back then. Anyway, so that got me thinking. Oh my god, that just felt like yesterday. And it's 20 years already. How did that even happen? Time has gone so fast. I've got my own child now, and I was playing with this Game Boy Advance when I was a kid. What is happening? So I thought I'd do something cool and talk about the SP. And fun fact, this is my Game Boy Advance SP that I got. I don't know if I got it back when it first released, but I definitely got it when I was a kid because I had this with me everywhere. This was a great little console. It still is a great little console, actually. It's really great to collect for. The games are pretty cheap. And it still works. It's got a little bit of, scratches on it. I hope the camera's picking that up. But, it still works really well, and I love it. But no, the Game Boy Advance SP, this was, you got the Nokia meme, which is Nokias are strong. These bad boys were strong. I took this outside everywhere with me, and, hence the scratches, but it still works fine to this day, 20 years later. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about and celebrate the 20th birthday of the SP. So I remember when I first got this, the guy who was selling it to us in the store, he's talking to my dad, and he's like, good thing about these consoles is rechargeable battery. And my undeveloped brain was just like, I don't know what that means. I'm just here for the games. And I think he was like to my dad, so pretty much you can play this while it's charging. And that was a cool feature because I went from the Game Boy Color to this bad boy. So it's pretty awesome. So not only that, but obviously I've got the standard, silver grey design. There was so many different colors and so many different editions. Some of them can be quite collectible nowadays. So that was also really awesome of Nintendo, classic Nintendo, just so many different designs, things like that. The SP was the first handheld console by Nintendo to feature a front light and later a backlight. This allowed gamers to finally play in the dark without the need for a torch. That was a big feature. I remember being outside and going, oh, I can actually play this outside. I've got so many memories of, because I play soccer. Me and my brother used to play soccer. We'd bring our console, we'd bring our Game Boys to soccer. While my brother was playing, I'd be sitting on the side and I'd be playing this bad boy with my friend who also played soccer. And we could see the screens. Oh my god. I know, right? Kids have no idea nowadays. Anyway, the games, they were awesome. So obviously you had Pokemon on here. I didn't actually play any of the Pokemon generations on this bad boy, purely because I actually don't know. I had some great side scrollers. I had some great beat 'em ups. A game that stands out to me, and I don't remember it being good or bad, but Madagascar. And I've still got that game, and it still works. But yeah, and so even nowadays, Game Boy Advance games, especially just the cartridge, they can be very easy to collect for because they're so affordable nowadays. And a lot of the time, because it's all pixel art and stuff, it's really hard for the graphics to age badly because they still look really good currently. huge big factor with this console as well was the fact that you could actually play Game Boy and Game Boy Color games on this thing. Backwards compatibility was awesome. So I remember playing, I've got my Pokemon Yellow cartridge, and I put that in this as a kid, and I was going, wow, like, I can still play these games on this console. So I was like, I loved it. I thought it was great, and I'm sure other people did too. But yeah, the backwards compatibility with this console, awesome. Nintendo smashed it. So you had the Game Boy and Game Boy Color games, and then the advanced games, and like what a huge, great library. How awesome. But yeah, so I've got so many memories bringing this to soccer to play with my brother and friends, especially. Even at home, I remember just chilling out playing it as a kid, in the car, in the back seat, just playing it, taking it. We'd have days in school, especially the last day of the year. We could bring devices in and play games, and so this came with me to school a few times as well. So I've got so many memories just playing this growing up. And I'm so glad I held on to this because, you know, I got to a teenager and I was like, oh, do I really need this? And I'm so glad I kept it because that would have been one of my biggest regrets. Where were you 20 years ago when this came out? Did you get it? Why not? Why do you love this console? It's such a good console. Like, it looks great. Like, I love the design. Let's just celebrate 20 years of the SP. Honestly, it's great. And that being said, just a disclaimer. Obviously, this video is going to get uploaded a day late, so it is what it is. Time stops for no one. Alright guys, until next time. Also, if you like nerdy stuff, games, movies, TV, books, whatever else, consider subscribing to me. I would really appreciate it. And we're just trying to build a great nerdy community. So, thank you very much.